I feel I feel good because again, it's always good winning. It's always good. It always feels good getting some extra money. It always feels good your stock being raised as your value as a fighter being raised. Uh, but for me, I take winning and losing basically the same. That there's something to improve, Like
Yeah,
yeah, like shit, I can win uh a fight in 5 seconds via knockout, but I still need to work on my wrestling. I still need to work on my boxing, my defense, my kickboxing, my Muay Thai, like my jujitsu, like so it's just you get excited, but then you it's like coming back to reality. Like, okay, dude, chill. Like there's another fight. Keep getting ready.
yeah. Um, you came up really quick. You had like 3 fights in 1 year, right?
Yes.
Because I remember it was like 2023. I always watch the Up Next fighting events. I got some friends that fight in those events, so I saw you on that event. The last two times, one of them you were fighting an Armenian, and the last one I don't know who you fought, but out of nowhere I saw you got called up. How was that? How'd you handle that fast process?
Oh shit, bro. What? I was 27, 28 when I got called up. 28. Um, I've been prepping this since I was 13. You know what I'm saying? Like I always imagined myself in the UFC. So I would say 15 years of plotting can really prep you. And when you at first when you look at it, like when you lose anytime you take a L in life period, you consider it more of a setback than preparation, and as I started getting older in my age, I started realizing like, oh, like I had to take that L so I wouldn't take that L in the UFC. I had to fight this guy. I had to go through these things because if my plan was to be in the UFC for 1 year and go home, that's one thing. But if I'm planning long term, that means bad things happen over long periods of time. Setbacks happen. So it was just a setback coming through. So when I got in there for the first time, it was like I've already lost to, I won't say lesser competition, but I've lost to uh, all different types of styles. So it was just like whatever. Shit, I'm about to get paid more. I'm way better than I was then. Uh, let's mix this shit up, bro. I'm here. I'm in the UFC. I don't care about anything else, bro. I'm just ecstatic, because a lot of guys don't get this opportunity. So just saying that I have the opportunity was already a blessing. So I just looked at it and ran straight forward.
You go. You were set to face Jai Herbert in London. You're going into enemy territory. You go in there, you get cut really bad. You still dog it out. You win the decision after the fight. You're saying you want to take over all the Europeans. You want to take over Europe. What was that all about?
Shit, they did to us. uh, hey, 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 never forget, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. Um, but aside from that, I think the European fans are very, very spirited when it comes to fighting. I like that. Like like when I was in London, like I had such a good time with the fans, bro. We were kicking it with the fans, smoking with the fans, laughing with the fans. Like uh 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 I love how they look at fighting. I love the value of how they weigh it. So for me, I want to be in front of people who love fighting, who appreciate fighting, not just as oh these just it is what it is. Like no, like I want people that like the skills, like the techniques. That want to
Yeah,
understand it. And even though I was in enemy territory, the fans loved me. Like they weren't walking by booing me. They weren't saying, "Ah, Jai's gonna kill you." They were literally just going, "Hey, bro, I hope you win." I was like, "Okay, looks like I got some British fans." You feel me? So, yeah, it was. I liked it, bro, and I want to. That's what fighting's about. Fighting's about conquering the other side, And if I could say, and if you look at the top of the lightweight division, they're mostly all European right now. You know, so shit, that right there is letting everybody know what I'm here for. I need the Islams, I need the Taporias, I need the Gamra. I need those. that's just going to be a part of my legacy.
When you suffer that cut in the against Herbert, what's going through your head when you feel that? How does it affect the rest of the fight?
It made me lock in. To be honest, it didn't distract me. Like when it cut me, because it wasn't like uh I guess I would compare this to, like, let's say, a sword cut versus like a hammer. Like, it didn't hit me like a hammer, like it didn't like whip my neck back. It came up and hit my flesh hard enough to cut it. So it didn't rock me or anything. It just, like, oh, when I saw the blood in my eye, in my mind, I was like, open your eyes wide so you can see everything come. Like, don't let this deter you. Stay focused, stay locked in. That's why we're like, within the next combinations, I ended up hurting him with an elbow, because I didn't go, oh no. I went, nah, let's get this smoke. Doesn't matter. Um,
That elbow is fire because I saw the one you hit with Hangzhou with that made them stop the fight.
yep, yep. I think the biggest thing, man, that you can take away from those type of scenarios is, so like so like just some pre-thought, like pre-doubts, like going into the fight. Like I asked myself, like, man, I wonder if I hurt somebody. Like, this was like my mind in when I fought Wrong Zoo. I was like, if I hurt somebody, am I gonna like spaz out and turn into one of those wild guys because I'm in the UFC now? Like, is the pressure gonna get to me? I guess that was the real question, and I answered it. I stayed calm and I got the doctor stoppage. So going into the Jai Herbert fight again, really very, very dangerous opponent. And I asked myself a similar question, just a little different. I was like, damn, bro, what if I get hurt? Am I going to like panic because I'm in the UFC? Like, am I going to let it get to me? So then when he cut my face, it was that chance to answer that question for myself. Like, oh, this is that moment I've been asking myself. And then when I locked in, calmed down, kept my hands up when I hurt him with the elbow, and then I ended up winning the fight. It was a beautiful experience for me, man. Even though I thought I fought a flawless fight, I was like flawless, didn't get hurt, nothing dropped me. And to get that, I was like, the gods are funny, bro. They had to test me one way or another. So I loved it. I loved it. Now I know when I step into the next match, I've gotten cut, I've hurt people, and I've managed to stay composed through it all. So I'm gonna just take that experience to the next one.
Before you walk out the fight, what's going through your head?
Let's fucking go, bro. Thank you, God. Thank you, my ancestors. Thank you, the war gods. Thank you, family. Thank you, friends. Thank you to myself. Like, this is truly one of the most blessed experiences I could ever experience, just as a human being right now. Like, I'm in one of the greatest positions, bro, because I'm literally living a dream. Like and I'm not talking about like an adult dream, like a kid dream. Every time I walk out into that cage, I feel like a kid.
So, Chris, what's one aspect of the fight game that fans might not notice?
I think it's funny. I'm starting to see a lot of memes on it now. Aura, bro, Aura, or and it's a few different ones. Like, it's funny the things you find on Instagram, but like Aura, Daniel Cormier said one for the Aldo fight. Remind people who you are. Sometimes that's one of the things that, like, that's what really holds a lot of guys back, because you see them in the gym, bro. You'll see, like, you're like, whoa, this guy's the guy. And then you see him in the fight, and then you just see a completely opposite person. So I would say, the aura, bro. There's like guys with aura that will, your favorite fighter will break right in front of him because his aura is just, it's intense, it's mighty. Think of Pereira, think of Rampage in his heyday. Think of Vanderlei. Think of BJ Penn. Think of like any of the John Jones. Those guys like that. People really underestimate what it means to stand in front of like monsters, bro. You could feel when you're standing in front of a monster. So I think that's something that people definitely underestimate. Uh, Obviously, especially like casual fans, most real fans of fighting know, like, oh, this is a fucking this is like a demigod in front of me, and he's about to try to murder me, you know. So
When you're studying tape of an opponent, what are the top three things you're looking for?
when I'm studying tape, I'm definitely looking paths to defeat, paths for victory, and what traps. I think the something that's really underestimated is not allowing, but dancing on the line of your partner of your opponent path to victory and setting traps on his path. So right when he thinks, "Oh, this is I'm at where I want to be at," I'm setting traps on his path to victory. And usually people fall for it because they're so like, "I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning," until they're not.
In your mind, what separates a good fighter from a great one?
Fighter who becomes obsessed. You have to be obsessed. The obsession, bro. Obsession is one of those things that like it's it's so fun, but it's very depressing all at the same time because it's like it's very few people you could talk to about being obsessed about something, but it's so fun when you find little hidden secrets that are hidden in film, hidden in books, hidden in all these little nooks and crannies that it takes just diligence to find it. But when you do, bro, it just opens the fighting book wide open for you, you know? Uh Kobe was talking about like there's a whole world, a vast library of knowledge that's right there, but it just takes so much time to comb through it all, you know?
You grew up in Gardena. You're a Kobe fan, aren't you?
Shit, all the time, bro. Uh, uh, It's when I was younger, it was because he was a great player. But now that I'm an adult, it's because he's a great man. Like he's beyond athlete. You know, he's not. Yes, he could teach you how to be a great sportsman, but he could just teach you how to be a great human being, woman, man. Doesn't matter what side you claim. He could just teach you to be great. You know, and that's something I aspire to be like. Something that can by my actions, by my words, I can inspire people to be great versions of themselves, you know?
Yeah. I grew up 10 miles north of you, so in Glendale. So I'm a big time Kobe fan, always been. I hated him before, but now he's the GOAT to me. You know. Uh,
Yep.
you have any good childhood street fight stories?
Shit. Good. When I was in elementary, some kids were bullying my brother, and like it's so weird how things bounce around the neighbor, like the school, where it was like I remember going to lunch, and then after I went back from lunch, or it was they had first lunch, I had second lunch. Someone was like, "Hey, there were some kids messing with your brother." I was like, "What do you mean?" They were like, "Yeah, they were picking on him, throwing balls at him," and I was like, "What?" So then at the end of the school, my friend was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna show you who did it." And I walked up on him, and then he knew immediately what it was. Because when I walked up towards him, the kid stood up and pushed me, and I was like, "Oh, okay, this is it." I didn't know what I was gonna do because I've never the only fights I ever been in was with my brother. So then when he pushed me, I like looked at him and I seen him square up, and I just socked him dead in the face, and he just hit the floor and started crying. And then like I felt like I murdered somebody when he fell on the floor and started crying. They like ran, like some kids ran to the lady that was taking care of all the kids. You know, she was in charge of the like the field monitor, and then she yelled at me, and then I started crying because I'm like third grade or something, and I was just like, "Ah, man, it was just such a funny moment. 'Cause I like just socking a foreigner in the face was just like, oh, this was like hitting someone who's not my brother, you know? So those are just I've had other like silly little fights like that, like, you know, somebody talking about your mama, shit like that, you know what I'm saying? But that one was like cool because when I grew up, I thought I didn't like my brother very much. So like standing up for him was kind of like a am I doing this because I like him? Am I doing this because he's my brother, or because like this is something my mom would want me to do? You know? So like it was just funny thing about it as a kid.
It's just a natural feeling. I grew up with older brothers. They always have my back, you know? No one can mess with me. Well, I
Yep.
had older brothers, you know what I mean? So
Yep. They'll bully you, but no one else can bully
yeah.
you.
Um, if you weren't fighting, what would you be doing?
If I wasn't fighting, what would I be doing? I always wanted to be in a rock band as a kid, to be honest. I always wanted to either play guitar or be a singer. Um, Could I've done that professionally? Probably because I've like a natural tendency towards obsession. So like if I like something, I just go really deep into it. I'd like to draw cartoons, write stories. I think that's something like where like it's like that's kind of where my like when I'm on my off time, like those are things I want to be around. Like I want to be around music. I like to draw. I like to write. I like to do critical thinking type things. So stuff like that. I think
You can eat one kind of taco for the rest of your life. What kind of taco is it?
cabeza.
No
Cabeza is
way.
just it's perfect. Yeah, cabeza's perfect, bro. It's like perfectly good, no diddy, tender meat. Um, it has a hey, you always got a no one's safe in these days and times, bro. Just be careful what you're saying on the internet because you will get they'll take your voice and just replay it. So yeah, no diddy for all those people who like to edit. Uh yeah, it's just perfectly tender. Perfect. It got just amount of grease that like when you eat it, it's not like a dry meat. No Diddy too. Uh, yeah, that's Cabeza's definitely my favorite.
Nice, nice. Hey, that's a good answer. I didn't expect that. Anybody else would be like asada. You know what I mean?
Oh, I just got done talking to my student and her mom. They're Mexican, and when they said asada, I was like, "What type of man? Get out my face with this." They're like, "Yeah, with some lemon." I was like, "Yeah, I can't eat tacos with y'all." 'Cause I'd be like, "What?" It's like imagine all these things on the menu, and you only want to get one thing on the menu every time. Nah,
I'm guilty as. Um, you got any fight news? Anyone you like to call out?
nothing. Shit, I would like Jim Miller, Drew Dober. I'm hoping for a short notice, but Neil and Moicano's fighting. That would be an awesome fight to jump into. Uh, those two. I know Bobby Green's out there. I'll fight Bobby Green. Um, I want people with experience that's going to give my name some weight. You know, beating those guys. That's going to give me recognition, is going to give me notoriety, and is going to get me closer to the bag, you know. uh I'm not for me, I want the title, but I'm not in a rush for the title. uh because I know if I just win, they'll give me a title shot. You know, if I win violently, I'll get a title shot. So uh any of those three big names, that would be lovely.
Yeah, you're pretty violent. Um, just those out that right elbow is wild. Um, you're yeah,
Thanks, man.
you're always trying to finish, right? You're always trying to get out of there.
Yes, sir. I uh I treat it, you know what's weird? I don't know if I try to finish or I just try to make you make mistakes, you know? And I feel like people, I know it's gonna sound funny, but people finish themselves kind of because uh like, that's that's it's like if you get overly aggressive and run into an elbow, that's you. You know what I'm saying? If you give me your back because you're trying to hurry up and get up, that's a mistake you made. Obviously, I put you in a position to make a mistake, but uh, uh, in my opinion, a veteran knows how to win and lose. You know, like if I hurt you, you can bounce around, cover your heads, recover, grab me, recover, or you can go, you know what? I'm hurt. I'm just gonna crash out and get hurt more. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I feel like my job is to make you make mistakes, and when you make mistakes, you make one bad mistake, that could be the rest of the fight. You know?
yep. Hey, Chris, man, I appreciate you even taking this interview, man. Anything you want to say to the fans tuning in, following your journey?
Shit! Shout out to the fans, man. I hate y'all, but I love y'all at the same time. Uh, you guys make the sport at the same time you destroy the sport. Uh, try to respect your local fighters, respect the fighters coming up, respect the fighters who already did it. Um, because at the end of the day, the fighters don't say it, but they would really like your appreciation as much as possible, you know. And uh, uh, coming like recently, like I would say within the last 2 3 years, I really got into Muay Thai. And one thing I really enjoyed about how they treat their legends is it's not about winning losing. It's about the spirit you put on when you fought, and it's just about the skills accumulated. You know what I'm saying? Like even if you never reached UFC champion, does that mean you're not a great? You know, did that mean you didn't do things great? You didn't perform. You didn't entertain. You know, so I would like them to appreciate those guys, man. Like the Tony Fergusons, the Bobby Green, all the guys that they like to call has-beens, washed up, all that, bro. Show some respect, man. That's it. Uh, I don't care if you like me or not. Just show respect to the capabilities of all these fighters. Show respect to uh, them putting their life in danger. You know, that's all.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense, Chris. Hey, man, I appreciate you doing the interview.